time.
See?
I believe I'm supposed to lead the group today, or at least introductions.
Yes. And we are now live on air on Facebook. So if you can go to the No Labels, No Walls Facebook page and share this stream so we can invite more people to join us today.
I can't.
All right. So, well, without further ado, I guess I should get the ball rolling. My name is Kevin. I am from Connecticut. I'm with Musical Intervention. We create, collaborate, and explore the song within each other. So I'm gonna go around the horn. Let's start to my left. Markus.
Hi, Kevin. This is Markus calling from Finland, from Kukunori and from Citizen Network. Citizen Network is all over the world, so now representing the Finnish side of Citizen Network and talking today about CitizenFest and festivals next year. I'm glad to be here today.
Awesome. Happy to see you. Keith, how are you doing?
Hi, everyone. Yeah, I'm Keith. I'm calling in from Glasgow, and good to see a great representation from Scotland here tonight at this tonight's Citizen Network CitizenFest. We are one. No Labels, No Walls meeting. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. Good to see you, Keith. Raphael, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. I'm glad to be here. I'm supporting Kukunori and also No Labels, No Walls, and enjoying more and more to be participating in this meeting. So thank you. Let's have a good night. Good evening.
Good afternoon, good evening, and good night. German will always say. Riku, how are you?
Yeah, fine. I just had ready feature in the Seura magazine here in Finland, and my story is readable in seura.fi pages, so everyone go there. And I'm doing lots of music and producing my new album, mixing today as well. So I'm looking for a very nice evening. Thank you.
Oh, I'll be on the lookout for that, but thanks for joining us.
Yeah.
I hope I'm pronouncing this, again, if I get your name wrong, I apologize, just correct me. Layla? The microphone.
Make the microphone, Layla.
You have to unmute yourself. Yep.
I'm from the UK. I know Steve Perry from the UK, and I know Grace. So I do go to the Dover B-Mix with, well, I know Steve Perry. So that's me.
Pleased to meet you.
Yeah.
Okay. Simon, how are you?
Hi there. Yeah, I'm fine. Yeah, been a long day already and lots of Zoom meetings, but I'm very, very, very excited to be talking about the third year for CitizenFest. Really looking forward to it.
Awesome. Okay. Hey, Julie, you're up.
Hello, I'm Julie. I'm new here. I'm a friend of Markus. I live in Finland. I'm originally from France, and I just graduated as a professional of social services. So I'm very excited to hear about the projects and everything.
Well, glad you can make it.
Thanks.
All right. Hi, Poppy. How are you?
Hi, I'm fine, thank you. I'm Poppy. I know Steve Perry and Grace Still through B-Mix. I'm a singer-songwriter and I'm creating my album with Steve on Bandlab.
Glad to have you here.
Thank you.
Michael, how are you doing? Good morning or good afternoon.
Hey, we're doing well. So excited to be here. Michael and Mehdi from the Sternberg Laboratory. And we're just
Mehdi.
we're excited to be here.
Good to see you. Mr. Will, I believe you have the floor. William. I can come back to him. Gary, how are you doing?
I'm fine, Kevin. Thanks for chairing, mate. And nice to see everyone. Keith, good to see you. Michael, thank you for the invite, the email invite to join this. I'm representing We Are One in Glasgow, and I was part of curating the music side of things at the last CitizenFest and exclusively the Electronic Glasgow, which is a collective I'm also part of, the Electronic Glasgow musical output for the last CitizenFest. So it's first time I've been on this gathering, if you like, and so I'm happy to be here and looking forward to it.
Nice, awesome. William, how are you?
Not too bad. Been a full day of Zoom running an AGM for an organisation I'm involved in.
Well, by all means, good to have you here. Good to have you with us. Mr. Stephen Perry. How are you doing?
Hey, I'm fine, thanks, Kevin.
Yeah,
It's great to see everyone. I'm Steve. I'm also from BMix, and it's really great to be part of this again. So I'm really looking forward to the evening. Cheers.
Hi, Steve.
Hello, Leon.
Cheers.
I'm in.
Good.
Hi, Steve.
Alistair, how are you doing?
Hey, Leon.
All right.
Yeah.
Hiya. So I'm Alistair from Aberdeen in Scotland. I'm also from In Control Scotland. So great to be here. I've also been Zooming with people in different places today, including Shetland.
Neat. Okay, moving on. Danielle. Make sure you mute yourself. Danielle?
Hi, I'm Dr. Daniel Farrow, and I'm Managing Director of Your Options Understood, providing a range of services to people with disabilities and organisations that support them. I'm also an associate of In Control Scotland, and I've done some work with Keith and Alistair and Simon. I was involved in the skills project in Brussels last year, and this is my first time here today, so just finding out more about it.
Pleased to meet you. Good to have you here. Okay, moving on. Tim.
Hi, thanks, Kevin. It's good to see everybody. Really happy to be here. I'm from Kentucky and Cincinnati, Ohio, in the United States, and we ran a fun little sort of smaller version, a local version of CitizenFest for 3 years, and I always missed it. So I'm excited to work with people that want to bring that spirit into the world.
Good to see you. Michael, how are you doing?
Hi, Kevin. How are you? First of all, thanks for sending in your music to stay up late the other week. It was brilliant. It went down well. So yeah, good evening or good morning or whatever the time is. Michael from Scotland, and it's a bit cold up here. Not like America, but it's nice and warm.
I mean, the 40-degree weather would concur. Otherwise, good to have you. Grace, nice to meet you.
Hello, nice to meet everyone. This is my first one here, but I'm also here from BMix in the UK. And you'll have to forgive me because I've been in Zoom meetings all afternoon, so I'm sneakily eating a packet of crisps. But I'm on mute, so I'll keep quiet.
That's the better. By all means, now's the time to like get a meal or a cup of coffee or something. Hi, Pia. Pia?
Hi everyone. Sorry, I was making so much noise. I'd forgotten to switch off my microphone, and I have to wash the dishes. So I'm going to switch off my mic and my camera now, so I can do that while I'm listening to you people. Thanks very much for being here. It's good to see you.
Good to see you, Pia. Hi, Mark.
Hello there.
Tell us a little about yourself.
My name's Mark. I'm from Glasgow. It's quite cold in Glasgow. I was out later on. It was very cold. I wish I was somewhere sunny. I can't because then apparently on Tuesday we can go into lockdown. That's a bit boo-hoo.
Well, the least we can do is cross our fingers.
How's the coronavirus over there?
Well, I like to think positive and move forward. The more forward thinking, the better.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on. Mary, I know we kind of introduced Michael, but I don't know if you want to say hi again.
Yes, hello. Hi, everyone. Good to see you. Good to be here. I'm from Los Angeles, from the Strindberg Laboratory, and it's going to be 30 Celsius here today. So. But yes, looking forward today.
Okay, I noticed the group is getting a little bigger, so I'm gonna try to go as quick as I possibly can, but you know, give everyone some hang time. Leon, nice to meet you. Tell us about yourself.
How are you? I'm Leon. I live in Kent, which is in Sittingbourne, and I'm part of BMix.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Okay. Jumped a little. Katie. Hi.
Hi, I'm Katie. I'm up in Calderdale, which is Halifax area, and I run a social enterprise called Bringing Us Together and work with families across the country who have disabled children and young people. Good to be here. I might have to leave because it's tea time as well and stuff, but I'll be around for some of it.
That's okay. If you have any organizations you want to share, like post a link in the chat, go for it. Up next, Neasley, how you doing?
Good morning, everyone. Good afternoon, everyone. Wherever you find yourself, I'm doing great. Thank you. It's good to be here. I am in Los Angeles, and yeah, I did warm up quite a bit. I'm not sure I like it. I was kind of liking the cooling down. So good to be here. Looking forward to today.
Looking forward to. Amber Kelly, how are you doing?
I'm spiffy, thanks for asking. From Cincinnati, Ohio. Tim invited me here and I'm excited to learn more. This is my first time.
Well, welcome.
Thank you.
Through the, I got Danielle. I think I'm almost at the last few. I hope I'm pronouncing this right. Ines?
Yeah, kind of. It's better than most people say lines. They think it's well, so I'm pretty happy with that. Yeah, I'm from Helsinki. I'm not from any organization. I'm just interested in the action, and met Marcus, saw Michael and Mary last year, and yeah, I want to do this group where there's 4 or 5 people who pick up a song that's really important in their life, and then the other people try and guess what the song is, which song is from whom. Sorry, my English is kind of bad now.
Oh, well, I mean, welcome aboard. Suki, just happy, good to see you. I understand that, Alistair, I know Suki's with you, and by all means, just drop a comment, but glad to have you. Anyway, with that said, I guess I should pass it over to our guests, our speakers today. unless I'm missing anyone. Oh.
Markus, you go first.
Welcome, everybody. My name is Markus Vähälä. I'm one of the coordinators of the No Labels, No Walls movement, and I'm also hosting this digitally at the same time we are presenting this topic today with Simon. So I'm so glad that so many of us are here today. I welcome warmly all those who are here for the first time. And like I posted there on the chat, we are meeting every Monday at the same time with various topics. And if you have topics and themes that you would like to present, please send an email to info@nolabelsnowalls.net. We are a platform for everybody, and we are open every Monday for 1 hour, but there's a lot of action that you can create using this network. And today we are very excited with Simon to talk with you and to discuss and to start a process with you, talking about CitizenFest. We are all excited to do content to the festivals, but now we're at the stage where we are looking to the future and what will happen next year. And we have already gathered data during our last meetings and festivals, and let's have a small introduction, then discussion, and in the end we have some news and dates for the next steps. So Simon, please, can you share the presentation, and let's go from there.
Okay. Oh, there we go. Sorry, I'm not very familiar with Google, but so shall I rush through this? But with you, Markus, you might want to point to things. We know.
Yes.
We want to get to the end, so we can have some time to talk. So CitizenFest, obviously, there's people who've been doing some brilliant things for ages, but CitizenFest was born in 2019. And it was also called the We Are One Festival, but very, very quickly we started talking about, wouldn't it be brilliant if there were festivals of citizenship everywhere? And why couldn't we network and connect all those festivals together? Citizens Network believes everybody's equal, everybody's got gifts that they can share, everybody's different, and difference is a really good thing. Now this slide comes from Markus, and I think, Markus, you should talk to it.
Yeah. As we have had these meetings from the start of the No Labels, No Walls movement, we have been very keen into developing things, co-developing, co-creating things. And this picture is the most famous design figure in the world. It's called Double Diamond. And the picture is here to present the idea that we are never ready. We are at the different stages and we are moving forward. But if you're missing today's talk about CitizenFest, no problem, because we are going to talk about this CitizenFest and designing these festivals with you in the future, so you can hop along whenever you can. And we are now creating new ways for participation, not only between people, organizations, but also between communities and festivals. And at the same time, we are discovering what actually we are here for. We have to define that, where are we focusing? And when we get those ideas that, hey, this is the thing that we need to focus at the moment, we can together expand different ways to express or have shared action around those themes, topics, and goals. And we have to choose each time that what are those actions, themes, and then collect data when we have had these festivals. And also the phenomenon of the festival could be created in a manner that already supports our goals and visions.
So in 2019, we had the We Are One festival. But at the same time, No Labels, No Walls was born in Helsinki, working in partnership with friends from Los Angeles. And in 2020, we brought those two festivals together. So we had a festival based in Glasgow, LA, and Helsinki. And so that's really the question for today. We're going to begin exploring, well, what for 2021? If we've doubled in size, and actually in terms of content even more, what are we going to do in 2021? This is a picture of Citizen Network group members. So it gives you a sense of how there are Citizen Network members actually in 23 different countries. And we're still at a very early stage of development. So we're starting to see an interesting spread of the idea of equality and citizenship around the world. And so see, these are some of the questions we could be asking. You know, what is the big change we want to see? What does citizenship really mean to us? What is the need if CitizenFest is the answer? Why CitizenFest, not something else? Are we going to just leave this for later, Markus? We're going to dive into these questions.
Yes, these are like the questions that exist now, next year, and the next year. So, for example, in the No Labels, No Walls movement, 2 years ago, we had this kind of value discussion where we shared ideas and then defined that these are the values that we are pushing forward by arranging the first festival. So in Citizen Network, we are constantly asking the question that how come we can move forward with citizenship and make citizenship real for everybody today, tomorrow, and in the future? And what can we learn from the past?
So some practical questions, I guess, is we're hoping that the two communities who were part of the festival last year would be up for doing something again next year. Who do we already know who are doing festivals, who we could bring into this movement? Who do we know who might want to start a brand new festival? And what is the kind of framework that we use? How do we organize this in a way that's kind of collaborative, but fun, effective? How to make creating festival? How do we create CitizenFest? Yeah, so what are the kind of processes? Lots and lots of questions on here, Markus. Do you want to draw anybody's attention? There's lots of things here, but what do you...
Yes. After each festivals, we have had this kind of going through the results. We have asked with questionnaires and with interviews and with Action Mondays and with meetings, people's experiences of the festival. So how are we going to continuously use this data to advance the CitizenFest concept and each individual festival? What are the collaborating platforms that we know? This year, the whole humanity has learned to use digital platforms in engaging new audiences or engaging people inside their local community. So this year, it has become evident that we can reach our friends next door, but also the people across the globe. Only thing is the time differences, and these are the time differences that we already experienced while we had our festival, when we started 10 o'clock in Finland, and then the program went through the night to Los Angeles. So there are these challenges that we need to consider, and to create these festivals in a way that helps our local action, but also supports our global movement. And we have had these Action Mondays. We have talked about systemic change, and some of the key factors of it is that we have mapped our resources and connections and chosen our strategies to create a shared action to change the world. So our task in CitizenFest is the key question is that how to lead the change how can we map these thoughts, ideas, themes, actual festival events in a manner that supports each other, not only inside one festival, but across the line during all of the CitizenFests. And now we have plans of creating Citizen Network TV that combines a platform for live streamed content, but also movies that can be then shared. And we are not starting from zero. We have already a mass of content that we can use and create thematic contents that could link different festivals together. In the No Labels, No Walls movement, we have talked about creating shared actions. We start in the last festival linking together different organizations all over the world and different people interested in various topics like poverty, universal basic income, teachers unions, and so forth. So this is a challenge for all of us in creating CitizenFest that would in itself produce skills and opportunities for people to actually do something together. Last time we on Action Monday, we learned how to create art together, and we have plans of continuing that path. Similar topics and themes are visible on this CitizenFest theme in the future. So to make CitizenFest visible, we have to constantly redesign what the CitizenFest is. But in a couple of years, probably we have more data to say that this is the sort of key concepts and of CitizenFest, and this is what we are not about. So we are different, we are special, we have a place in the world, and that place comes from you, the community that wants to create content, wants to share, wants to learn, and wants to connect with other people. And this is a very key challenge, that how can we create a concept of CitizenFest that is reachable, inclusive, and inviting. We have talked about this and created action, and we have learned that it's a lot of work, and all of us more or less we are doing this for the love of making it. We want to see a positive change in the world. We want to use art, culture, and action and share that with other people and show that we exist. This is the festival for the rest of us. This is what we are. This is the grassroots level movements festival. But there's also been ideas of allowing also this kind of locality of the festivals. For example, we have used English a lot, but now we are creating a large community of people that for example, use other languages. So how can we make these similar themes and concepts exist also on local level? We have been discussing about tempo of things. Should we make schedules for the events, or should we keep it on the same time? One thing that we have learned is that it's very good to have dates and goals, and somehow they create the action because we make them for ourselves. This year we had this idea that okay, this kind of local festivals we cannot make it, so we created a very huge digital festival and made it happen. And we have found a community of festivals that are our friends, that have reached us and we have reached them, that would like to participate in this global movement of CitizenFest with us. Can you tell a little bit, Simon, about these festivals?
Yeah, so in Sheffield, my city has had a festival running for 5 years called Festival Debate. So it's a kind of, it's slightly political, but not in a party political way. It's lots about ideas, new ideas, being a citizen, community change. It's a kind of conversation in the city about the kind of place Sheffield wants to be. It's grown and grown, and we work very closely with the people who are organizing that festival. They're very creative people, and they're very keen to work with us for something for 2021. And the Toronto Summer Institute is really the community developed by some of the thought leaders in the world of inclusion. Jack Pierpoint, Marsha Forrest, John O'Brien have had this regular thing. And actually this year the year we're in was meant to be the last year of the festival, and a lot of people are very sad about that. Some of the people organizing the festival are feeling like they're just a little bit too old to be keen to doing this. And then they had to make the festival all kind of online because of COVID. And I think that actually they would be really interested in talking to us about how we could take their learning, their communities, or how those communities could become part of a bigger global thing, because they're really where a lot of the really important values that inspired a lot of us have come from. Festival Migration, some of my friends in Sheffield are involved in a festival which is about celebrating people who've been refugees or immigrants, and reminding us how good it is that people move around, as well as sharing ideas. But having people move from place to place is a good thing, not a bad thing. And so these are certainly festivals that exist at the moment that I think we will be able to work with. And these were some of the places where I know in Citizen Network there are people where I think there might be a lot of interest. So, for instance, we have a really strong set of allies in Canada, obviously on the same timeline, I think, as Los Angeles. We have some fantastic allies in Spain and Czechia, the Czech Republic, and Norway, the Norwegian group in Citizen Network would really like to be involved. And this is a group from your links, isn't it, Markus? The Kampala Reggae Festival.
Yes, we have friends in Uganda who reached us just last week, and they are having a festival there, and they would like to collaborate with us, and they are very interesting what could be the CitizenFest link be with our community.
So we have all these resources already, contacts, we have lots of content, and it was fascinating to see in the last festival how content generated in one place could be shared with another place. So, I mean, that seems to me, and maybe a simple thing, but very, very powerful, raises practical questions about how it's done, but very powerful because in a way we're all having one giant festival, but almost with different rooms in different places. Obviously, we've got Action Monday generating content and audience, and all the people who've been involved so far, and yes, all of our contacts, which are quite extensive. And Citizen Network has kind of learning programs. So we've got people working on neighborhood democracy, we've got people working on basic income, we've got people working on local community stuff. So yeah, sorry, flicked that by accident. So we have a lot of content and people and networks. And are we going to go into that now, Markus, or not yet?
Yes. And let's forget the Padlet for a moment, and I will share you into 6 different breakout rooms. So now we have the possibility to get our ideas together and choose one person from your group who presents your ideas to the whole group. So we now have 10 to 15 minutes to discuss about your ideas about CitizenFest, about your festivals, We Are One, No Labels, No Walls, and also your ideas about your content to the festivals and your ideas of making that reality. So I will now share you into these rooms, and we'll see each other in a moment.
Hello.
Hello, hello, hello. We are the real people in the main room, isn't it? So
Everybody gets dragged back here anyway, don't they? That's
Yeah.
I really like that on Zoom, where you know that you're going to get called back irrespective, and it happens. You know.
Yeah.
You don't have to hang around waiting for everybody because everybody comes back.
Hello, it was a very great conversation. Very great conversation.
Welcome back. Welcome back.
Thank you.
So I think everybody is back to the main room. Thank you for participating into the conversation. Back to the future. So room number 1, Julie, Mary, Michael, Simon, Stephen.
So we selected Stephen very unfairly 2 seconds before the end of our group meeting to give you some feedback.
Yeah, very unfairly. It was such an interesting discussion, and if I've forgotten anything, please chip in, because there's so much said, and it sort of really paves the way for something that could be quite exciting, really. So we talked about the theme of people collaborating together seems so important. And during the last festival, there was perhaps sort of like quite a lot of organisations, a lot of people presenting things, and I think someone used the word of like sort of channeling material, and it'd be great to see the opportunity arise where more people are collaborating together to present joint pieces of work during the next festival. We talked about, Julie mentioned being more kind of sort of provocative within the content and making it sort of like participating more of an active thing than a passive thing. And I've gone off the boil. So I'm sure Simon help me out.
No, that was good. And I think well, I'm going to ask Michael, would you just pick up that issue about you were talking about the TV channel concept and just say what you were saying about that?
Yeah, so the TV channel, yeah, we were thinking, it would be great to have something that's more regular. So that would again bring more content. So this idea that we would have a channel that anybody can kind of create on, and that's sort of on a, could be, more frequent than Action Mondays. And that would give a chance for more voices to be heard, more chances of collaboration, and also to attract more people that perhaps aren't associated with certain topics, discussions, or, issues to get involved and see how it relates to what they're working on. So more of a chance of integrated audiences. And that would be something that we would be really excited to launch. And that would also obviously lead towards other festivals where they can put their content and how it could relate to what No Labels, No Walls is doing.
Yeah, and that's something else that Michael was talking about towards the end of our discussion about issues, and one being employment and the importance of employment opportunities as an equal thing. So yeah, lots of so much interesting.
And put those things into the chat as well. There must be a lot of topics, so we can collect them all. So room number 2, Alastair, Kevin, Rona, Grace.
I volunteered to feedback from our group. So just basically to say that we had a really interesting conversation about the differences between England and Scotland. I used to live in Glasgow. I used to live in Govan in Glasgow, and what I was being told about the projects for ending digital exclusion in Scotland was not a surprise, because Scotland have always been ahead of the curve, ahead of England in terms of kind of supporting people who are left behind. And there is a project where digital exclusion is ameliorated by free equipment, free, kind of routers and computers and tablets being handed out to people who are in rural areas. But I said you've got to have the training as well. So there's got to be like a network of either volunteers or paid IT trainers who are willing to kind of go on, on a mobile vehicle into those rural areas and train people to use the equipment to get online. Also, we talked about how to make things more accessible, and I've sent just a kind of very short email to the web address I was given a few moments ago, just giving some of my ideas for how to make CitizenFest more accessible. Things like captioning for people like myself who are hard of hearing, BSL, British Sign Language in English-speaking countries for people who are deaf. Having a translation service for people in, like, say, for example, if you're in Chechnya, having people speak in Czech, but if people are, say, for example, they speak English and they don't speak Czech, having an option to translate the language into English or an option to translate into French or German or so on, having some sort of a button that would automatically translate the speaker into their native language, and having things like neurodiverse people attend, and giving them opportunities to go into breakout rooms. For example, one breakout room could be relaxing music, or another breakout room could be like a peer counselor, where they would speak to another person who has experience of speaking to people who are with neurodiversity, and maybe they might be a little bit upset by some of the content of the meeting, and they may just want to have a bit of a chat and a bit of an offload to somebody who understands how they're feeling, so they can go into another breakout room and just have a one-to-one chat with somebody. So anyway, some of those ideas I put into an email, but those are the things we were talking about. Also, I want to mention Grace. She runs an online drama group for BMX, and she's put together a costume competition. So people who are digitally excluded, or people who don't feel confident enough to use Zoom or to go online with the drama group, can enter the costume competition and still feel as if they're involved in some way. I think that's everything, but if I've left anything out, then please feel free to jump in.
Thank you so much, Rona. And room number 2. Now room number 3, Rafael, Riku, Tim.
So I was chosen to speak on behalf of us. So we had a good conversation, and we came out with the idea of a new theme. So once the values and the vision of the festival and the Citizen Network they are clear, everybody know that values and vision already. So we could change each year a theme. So everybody, for example, would sing for, let's say, the Uganda, or of course always sharing the same values and the same vision. And next year we would sing, or we would do meditation or whatever for another theme. So we would talk 3 months before, 4 months before, what's going to be our theme this year, and we come with this. But the values and the vision are always the same. So the soul of the festival, it's always one. The idea behind that, we would create some intensification of energy, and it would be a bit easier for the participants that they are just joining us now to get in the same boat. If I understood correct, the festival is happening in many countries, so it would be a bit easier to have a common language in that festival. So that was we discussed mainly. Thank you.
Yes, and something to say more about what we discussed was how we can put together people and collect a team, and each year have a new theme, and make them people work around them, and make the festival better.
Thank you, Riku. Thank you, Rafael. Thank you, Tim. And the room number 3. Now, room number 4, Daniel and Pia.
Yes, hello everybody. We had a little discussion. Hi, nice to be here and to hear you all. We thought that it might be good to keep it a bit simpler, because last time and the time before it was so overwhelming. There was so much on that a lot of stuff was missed out on, and that was a bit of a bummer. And we also felt that it became superficial, that it would have been nicer to have, to have a bit more depth by deciding really on one topic and then to explore that from all the different, perspectives, arts and science and whatever, I mean, but to give it a bit more depth and, not that it wasn't all good, but as I said, my French teacher my hated French teacher always said quality, not quantity. And, to have a bit more of that. And then, of course, we don't know yet whether we're going to be just online or face-to-face, whether there will be any analog option. But if that was so, then it would be nice to mix that also, to have maybe a live gig of sorts, but to have it online as well. And then also now last festival, there was lots of pre-recorded stuff. And so that made people also passive on both sides, the people who actually did do the pre-recorded stuff and the people who were listening. So it would be nice to have also there a mixture of maybe pre-recording by all means, but then maybe after that pre-recorded video to have a discussion with the people who are actually there watching it. A live discussion on the topic that has just been presented. Yeah, and was there anything else? No, thank you very much for listening.
Thank you, Pia and Daniel. And room number 4. Now, room number 5.
Hello, it's Gary. I've been asked to come in and describe what we were discussing in room number 5, and very similar to what Stephen said in room 1. We felt it was important, although there was a lot of stuff going on, we felt it was maybe important to have more collaboration within the on one event within the different countries, rather than just having different events on at the same, during the same dates. And there was a few things. Linna's was bursting with a load of ideas actually, and basically we spoke about perhaps trying to connect with another festival called Ladyfest, which I think Linna's was going to explore. We also had the idea of DJ producer workshops, which we tried to integrate at We Are One last year, but the concept just came a little bit too late to be included in the main festival. It was more of a kind of offshoot. So perhaps, DJ producer workshops, music seems to be important, not just in terms of therapy, but also entertainment, especially in lockdown. We also we discussed the concept of visible mending, the Japanese concept, visible mending. That was a subject that we felt that could be explored in a workshop, and also a letter to someone, which is a concept of posting an inspirational quote or something for someone to pick up on, like a message board, something like that. Another one was an open chair, where someone with a lived-in experience, perhaps a condition that they have, an experience they've had, pleasant, unpleasant, in life, to have an open chair and to have a blunt question and answer session, if they were up for that, to describe their lived-in experience of perhaps dealing with some condition, or, as I say, some experience that they may have had in life. And also an international bandioke, which rather than a karaoke, you would actually have a professional band playing your favorite tunes, and we would pick them from different countries. People in different countries would pick them, but we'd have a live band playing all those different favorite songs, have a session like that. So that was that. Yeah, that was enough to go on, I think. Hopefully you can understand me.
Thank you, Gary. Thank you, Keith and Suki. So now room number six, Amber, Neasley, Leila.
Hi, so we talked about various topics that could be discussed. And so one of the things we chatted about was music and how having more music would be interesting, since music is one of those things that in a sense is universal and can connect so many different people in so many different ways. Also having more resources for individuals with intellectual disabilities. We also chatted about taking broad themes and exploring it from different lenses. So taking a topic such as broad as looking at religion or poverty or justice, and just seeing what different people's lens would be exploring that particular topic. And we also chatted about if there were smaller events and how that would look in terms of building a sense of community within different geographic locations. And team, if I left out anything, please feel free to jump in.
Oh, you covered everything. Thank you.
Thank you, Amber. And room number 6. The Action Monday is a little bit overtime, but no problem, because this is a beginning where we are in a good stage, 2020, looking into 2021, but we already know some things are coming. So if you can share, Simon, your screen, so let's have the next steps on our road to the CitizenFest future. So already one slide before.
Oh, sorry.
Already this year, we are arranging Citizen Network Cafe on the 10th of December. So you're all very welcome. We are arranging once a month Citizen Network Cafes. They are at this point on this time, but probably in the future on other time zones as well. So on top of Action Mondays, there's this kind of open cafes with no agenda, but the agenda comes from the CitizenFest, I think. So a group of university students in Finland are creating a new No Labels, No Walls website that is reflecting on the experiences that we have this year on the digital festival. So next year we already can present a tool to make those digital festivals appear, and they are more reachable and more beautiful and easier to arrange. So we have had these ideas that probably the future festivals can be of different sizes as well, and we can use these digital platforms created for us, and Kukunori provides these opportunities to the other CitizenFests also. We have applied for funding from European Union to collaborate with Sweden and with partners in Germany and Malta. And in December, we know a little bit about this funding, and these funding opportunities allows us to also expand our community into these countries more, but also to develop content for the future CitizenFests. So let's welcome those communities as well. So what happens next year?
Sorry.
Simon, thank you. So 11th of January, we have an Action Monday that continues from this conversation. We are combining all this data, and we are working together to start the year with this kind of CitizenFest Action Monday again. So we mentioned this Citizen Network TV that offers a platform for our media. We will launch it in the 19th of January. So in couple of months, we are having a group. So if you wish to join this TV group, send a message to info@nolabelsnowalls.net or to the emails that we are providing soon.
Markus, can I ask a question? Sorry to interrupt you, but do we have a list of people with their resources of what we can do, like so that we can actually dip into our strengths and skills and whatever we have in order to collaborate and to plan?
Not yet, Pia, but if you would like to arrange this opportunity, I think the community would be happy.
Okay.
So it's a very good idea that's part of the process, that we don't know what we know.
Okay.
So we could also use this topic on the Action Monday next year, but these kind of Action Mondays will continue because this is something that is very valuable. So on top of meeting us digitally online, we are creating platforms where people can have these discussions without these time zone limitations. Unfortunately, not all people can attend even on these dates and these times. So then there's a digital platform called Slack that we are planning to use to make this possible. There's also been ideas of creating this festivals that are not so huge to produce. We already are sharing experiences and skills in making these festivals, so the festivals can be also small, sort of lowering the level of saying that this is too big to be done. We can also create more festivals, the smaller festivals, and different kind of festivals. Let's scale it. Next one, please. So how to join the conversation? There are people that are here for the first time. So if you're not already a member of We Are One community or No Labels, No Walls, No community, please join the Citizen Network community, because that's also one area of links and people and organizations all over the world that we are bringing into the development and creation of the CitizenFest concept and the festivals inside. Like Simon mentioned, we might have new partners coming and representing new festivals to these Action Mondays and to the other meetings too. So join us on the Facebook and join us next Monday, because next Monday is very important. We are collaborating with a new network coming from Canada, a group of designers who are come together to design more ethical future. So using this kind of opportunity to come together and also seek new audiences, that's a challenge for all of us. So thank you for today, for this Action Monday. We will see in a week, same time, same place. I'm so glad that you are here and to share this journey together. So have a nice week and see you soon.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
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 Bye, Michael.
It's good to see you.
Bye, Gary.
Bye-bye. See everybody.
See you later, guys.
Thank you.
Bye.
Very good. Very good. That was productive.
I will stop the recording now, okay, Markus? Or
Yes.
we should continue.
Stop.